Few people have asked what happens to the equipment I repair. Well, if it's the customers, it goes to the customers, but sometimes I keep it. Afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this. I've had a couple of people get in contact with me about the CD recorders that I started to repair a couple of weeks ago and ask if they can buy them. Unfortunately not. As you can see, I am using them. In fact, I need to press the stop buttons now because I forgot that they're recording, and that means they're recording my voice, and nobody wants that. So the things I've been repairing of late, what I call my eBay challenges, they're all things that are from my past, things that I've wanted to buy again and to repair and use again, and that goes for the CD players here, because us YouTubers are fed up of getting copyright strikes from eBay for little bits of copyright music. So I use a company, I'm sure you're aware, they're not sponsoring this video, but they're called Epidemic Sound. I give them a few quid every month, and they supply me with thousands and thousands and thousands of PRS-free or copyright-free bits of music. They've also got voices on there and sound effects. I don't really use them too much, but it's all on there. I mean, if you have a YouTube channel and you're getting copyright strikes, it's worth trying these guys out. I think they do offer a free month trial, and I must admit I'd be a bit lost without them now. Not necessarily on my repair channel, but definitely on my drone channel, if you know what I mean. I've set these both up to record. So actually now, if I press the record button on both of them, they will go into record mode, but they'll also record my voice as well, because the microphone is coming through the mixing desk. The mixing desk, which is up here, everything that goes through YouTube goes through this mixing desk. So, for instance, this is my microphone. If I start to fade this down, I will drastically disappear until you can't. Then I have to start turning it back up again so that you can hear me. So, microphone is on that one. The two white faders here are for the PC. So, if I want to play a little snippet or even a little snippet of Epidemic Sound, what I'll do, I'll just go over to Epidemic Sound and press play. And then you'll get a chance to hear that, because it comes through the faders here. The reason there are two faders, just in case you want to know, one does the left-hand channel, one does the right-hand channel. So that will take down the right-hand channel, and that will take down the left-hand channel. That's if you are listening in stereo. Some people may be, not everybody is, but anyway. That's what I use the CD players for, and they've not been recording now, but I can record. Let me turn the microphone down and record a piece of music, and we'll play it back. Now I can put my microphone back up and you can hear what I'm talking about. So that would have recorded on track 7, which is on the right hand side. For me to play that back, I would have to put up left and right. I won't put them too loud. And then I'd have to go back to the CD player and press play, and then find track 7, which is hopefully over here. 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's how I record, and I can do exactly the same on the left-hand side, because the left-hand side, well, if we just go back to, I can stop that one. If I go to, I think it's, let's have a look, track 2 on here. So if I go to track 2 on this one, I have noticed on the American one, which is the 120 volts, you have to record a minimum of 10 seconds before it allows you to play stop. The right-hand side one doesn't do that, but they're all different. So I've already recorded some music. In fact, this you'll know, because it's the theme tune that we use, and that's on the yellow page. So I do use them in everything that I've been repairing of late, including the DVD, Panasonic DVD players, the really expensive ones that are allegedly £300. Somebody's told me a feature in them which makes me understand now why they were £300. And I'll talk about that maybe in a couple of days' time, do a little video, because somebody said these Panasonic A360s are Macrovision free. That doesn't mean anything to anybody in 2025, but 25 years ago when DVDs were out and we all wanted to copy them and have our own personal copies, not that we would ever copy and steal and sell at car boot sales. Some people would, but we wouldn't do that. But you couldn't do it because Macrovision copyright stopped a DVD recorder or a DVD player from putting copyright material through a recorded system. Well, according to some of the comments I've had, those A360s don't have the Macrovision software installed. So you can, not that you'd want to say in 2025 you can do, but I'll be quite interested in that. I would like to do a little test and just see if that really is the case. But anyway, this is where I've put them. They're just underneath here, which again is underneath my little mixing desk, and it's what I use them for. The other thing I do an awful lot of in my spare time is some of the great albums that I've got over the years. I'm talking about my own vinyl albums, not the ones I've recorded, obviously, because I can't sing, but some of my favourite vinyl albums over the years. I record those. So I've got a little setup here, which so it's a turntable that just goes into a little mixer, and then that mixer comes back over to this big mixer here. So if I turn up channels, I think it's 22 and no, it's 21 and 22 here. They will play whatever is on that little record there, but of course I've got to watch out for a copyright strike on these, so I've got to be very careful. Obviously it's great to put some of your vinyl back over to CD. Not a lot of people do this, but it is something that that I tend to do. So I'm just showing you a pic here with all my cameras, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So the record is playing, and as soon as I turn it up on the faders over here, then and of course that will go into the CDs underneath the mixing desk. So there's a use for everything, and kind of lets you know what I get up to in my spare time, copying some of this vinyl music over. Only some of my favourite ones that I either want to play in the car or I want to play in my other little workstation that I have, my other workshop down the road. So it's nice to be able to make a couple of copies of each CD, and that's exactly what I'm doing today. My job today is to make 2 CD copies of that particular album there. So thank you very much for again your ongoing support and the videos, but sadly the CD recorders, and if those Panasonic DVD recorders do turn out to be Macrovision free, then I'd never sell them even for £300. I wouldn't, because They're very interesting things to me. There used to be a light on DVD recorder that was Macrovision free. I think it was the 5005. Don't ask me why I remember these things. I just do. But anyway, I can play out now live with my theme tune by just sticking that fader up there, and it will play it. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for your support, and we'll do another one later on tonight.